Hey guys, welcome to another video. And today I will be showing you the essentials and tips for crystal PvPing. The first and most important thing out of all crystal PvP is the armor. Now you can use diamond armor, for example. You can use diamond armor with protection 4, unbreaking 3, and mending with for all armor, and you can use for diamond boots feather falling 4. But on leggings is different. You always want to use blast protection 4, and you might be asking why. Leggings takes more damage from explosives than any other armor pieces, so that's why you want to use blast protection. Now, it is recommended to use netherite since it has more durability and reduces damage taken from explosives, but you can use either or, just make sure they're all enchanted and maxed out. Now, the next important thing is, and you may be asking, why do you have a sword in crystal PvP? Now, it's not just an ordinary sword. This is a knockback sword. So, whenever you want to do a D-tap, if you don't know what that is, I'll explain it to you. So, a D-tap is where you place obsidian, then you hit the player up in the air, and while he's in the air, you want to place the crystal, break it, and then it'll hit the player up while he's in the air and do the most key damage. Now you may be asking why? Why are we doing that? This is why. You're most vulnerable to crystals when you're above it. So you always want to avoid being above it and be more down below it. That's why people use D-tap and knockback to kick them up in the air and use crystals to pop totems and kill them. Now the next thing vulnerable or good for crystal PvP is anchors, which is this thing right here. So you place an anchor down and it explodes the ground behind or below you, and you use it to blow up with glowstone. Glowstone, you can either put 8 glowstone into one anchor, or you put 1 and then you switch to another item and then press it and it'll explode. I recommend doing the second option because it's more faster, and once you get used to it, you'll be better at using anchors. Now, I would use anchors for confusing your enemy and ender pulling down into the bottom of the hole and using crystals while the other player is in the air, where you can pop totems. It's much easier and much damage taking. That's the most option. Now, we got totems. Totems is like actually scrapped armor being the most important. Totems are the most important. Now, you may be asking why. It's easy. It's an easy, common sense option. You always want to use totems because if you die, it automatically makes you doesn't die and makes you live and have another chance. That's why you want to have as much totems as you can while having the other essentials in your inventory, so making sure you win a pistol PvP match and live. So totems are the best option. Now we're going to ender pearls. Ender pearls are a key essential into crystal PvP, where you can rather get out of danger to where the danger is, and position yourself into making your enemy, like running away from your enemy or going to your enemy to kill him. This is why ender pearls are really good. Now we're going into consumables. What I recommend is golden apples, because one thing that most people don't know, and it's a fact, is saturation. Now, to see saturation, I recommend getting the mod apple skin. You can get it on Modrinth or like another mod loader, and I'll show you what it is. So I'll eat a golden apple, and you see the yellow stuff over by my hunger bar. That is called saturation, and the more saturation you have, makes it to where you don't take that much damage as it was if it has no saturation at all. Which is why golden apples is a good option for crystal PvP, as it gives the most saturation. Now, another good thing is a diamond pickaxe or a shovel, for example. A shovel can easily be used. I don't have it in my inventory right now, but if you were on the same ground level as your opponent, and you can pop out your shovel and say you're on grass, you mine it and then go below it and then put obsidian and crystal in while he's above the crystal. That does a key amount of damage and will definitely make him pop a totem. Now I would use a pickaxe if to where I used an anchor and we were down to stone. I would use the pickaxe to break stone and do the same if I was on above ground on grass. So it's basically like a shovel, but when you're deeper down. Now, the final thing that's key and the best is XP bottles. Now, what I mentioned earlier for mending, or not mending, armor, is that you need mending. Mending is what heals your armor, and the only way to heal your armor is for XP. That's what makes XP bottles super good. Now, when you use crystals in crystal PvP, it takes a lot of damage out of your armor, so that's why you need Unbreaking 3, so it breaks less. But it's gonna break eventually, so that's why you have to use XP bottles to heal yourself. So if you're in a sticky situation, you can use your ender pearls to get out, and quickly take out your XP bottle, and pop it, like that, right? And then your armor will be healed up, and then you'll be ready into battle. Now, one thing I did forget is that you can use a slow falling arrow with a crossbow, which makes your opponent fall less, which is perfect for a deep tap, which I shared earlier in the video. Or, using anchors, and the guy or the opponent that you're facing against will fall less and slowly to where you can get ready, pearl under to where the deepest point of the hole where you use the anchor with, and make your opponent pop a totem and kill him. Now that is the tips and essentials for crystal PvP. If you liked the video and thought the tips were helpful, I would love for you to subscribe and hit a like, and it would really appreciate me. And also, I would love to get media. If you don't know what that is, it's basically where I can have all the perks and having subscriptions and stuff like that on Donut SMP. And in order for that, I have to hit a minimum requirements. I'm not sure what it is, and I would love for it to hit it though. So please hit the likes and subscribe if you like the tips. And for now on, I'll see you guys later in the next video. Thanks. Goodbye.